used to think the oceans were endless and so abundant that there was no way we were going to catch the last fish. There's good scientific data right now that says by 2048, the oceans will be commercially fished out.
Sustainable seafood and regular seafood are the same thing. The only difference is intention and respect. There are two main areas that fishing can cause negative impacts to the ecosystem. The first one is about what we're taking out of the ocean. So how much we're taking, what species we're taking. The other issue is how we're taking it. Are we using poles and lines? Are we using nets? Are we using bottom trawls? Are we using long lines? Not just what are we fishing for, but how are we doing it? I love it or hate it, aquaculture is the future of seafood. There's a growing appetite globally for seafood, and we're meeting it by fish farming. That's not inherently a bad thing. If you take the fish farm out of the ocean, first of all, that way you don't have the pollution issues, you don't have the genetic perturbation of local fish, you don't have the disease problems that come from an ocean-bound open fish farm. So once you get the fish farm on land, you've already solved a lot of problems. Then the next thing you need to do is farm the right fish. You farm a bluefin tuna, you need about 15, 20, 25 pounds of fish protein going into the farm to get 1 pound out of the farm. But if you have something like, say, a striped bass or a catfish, you're actually able to, say, put half a pound of protein or a quarter pound of protein in and get 1 pound out. So we have a positive ratio. A lot of the times we run into problems because we decide, well, we can't catch enough of a certain kind of fish, so we're just gonna farm it instead. That's problematic because most of the fish that we in the West like to catch are the big predatory hunters. The tuna and the swordfish and the marlin and those kind of things.
The problem with farming salmon is a carnivorous species. It requires fish to make fish. So we're depleting the world's forage fish populations, forage fish being anchovies, sardines, and menhaden, to farm salmon. The conversion ratios are backwards. It takes more fish to make less. So that's why it started, because farm salmon is something that we should not be supporting. There's lots of issues with it.
So much of the seafood coming into this country is untraceable. This is basically pirate fishing. Fish stolen from the ocean, not reported, not managed. The US government could do a lot more to ensure that the seafood coming into this country has been caught in a legal and sustainable manner. It actually would really benefit all of us if consumers talk to their grocery stores, because the grocery stores are the ones that can push hard on this and say, hey, we want to know that our seafood is not just sustainable, but that it's legal. Part of the challenges that we've had here at Tataki is identifying areas of sushi culture in the United States that don't really mesh well with sustainability. The best example is unagi, freshwater eel. Populations of eels have declined by over 90% in the last 30 years. But the worst part about it is that the way that it's served, we don't even taste the fish. We have this sweet vinegared rice and then this syrupy sauce on top of it. And then we have what is basically an endangered species that we're using pretty much like a spoon for the sauce to deliver that experience. Why are we doing that? One of the things that we've done here at Tataki was try to find a way to replicate that experience without using an endangered species. Monterey Bay Aquarium is one of the most well-developed seafood sustainability scientific organizations in the world. And they author this amazing guide. You can get a little pocket guide that shows you what fish are okay and what aren't. But if we all work just a little bit and we all try to get just a little bit better and be a little bit more mindful, it's gonna make a huge difference.